Are you ready? Are you set? 'Cause it's time to embrace the Nitwits!
Remember, Nerds Nitwits is filmed in front of a live Twitch audience. Hello, everybody! Welcome to Nerds Nitwits episode 19!
Yeah, we made it! Yo, what's up?
It's my aptly featured but never sponsored Brisk Iced Tea.
Nice.
Cam, how nice to see you back from your sudden power outage.
You don't know it, but we actually had to reach through our screen and drag his t-shirt through the depths of hell just to pull him back here so that he could be with us tonight. It was pretty insane. I burnt my left pinky. Wild.
Indubitably.
Yep. But I'm here, and if I randomly disappear, well, I live in a town where the power goes out regularly, so...
I think at this point, given the last few weeks, we've just gotten used to Cam's random disconnects.
It'll get better.
That's what we should make a compilation of, Cameron.
Cam's
no, yours is better.
Well, welcome back to Nerds and Nitwits. I will say right off the bat, I'm really excited to be back. Folks, my wife birthed a child. I have been
They already know that.
Because we have had a child, and his name is Aaron, and I will be miffed if I cannot show him on stream one day.
One day.
He will join us at some point.
Someone literally commented that day after he was born.
Nice.
On the podcast.
That's great.
About him being born.
And
we had
I was like,
we had a baby shower, and you know what Cameron bought little Aaron? Cameron bought Aaron an Outlaws at Thunder Junction precon with Sharpie written in the back that says you can't open it until Michael teaches you how to play Magic, with a card that I will not open until that child learns how to play Magic. It was hilarious. It was the bomb.
Now, you can answer this honestly, and I still won't be offended. Have you used my gift yet?
Yeah.
Yes. That's all I care about.
Janae wouldn't let me use it for baby pictures, but I did.
Yes.
I didn't get to use it for baby pictures, but I used it.
For those who don't know, what is this gift?
I bought them
it's a
Magic the Gathering baby blanket that was hand crocheted, knit, whatever. But yeah.
Very cool.
Pretty dope.
Very cool.
It's
it
pretty
was
dope.
Amazing. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it.
Well, what are we doing here today, guys?
Well, it's beginning of the month. You know what that means, everybody.
Fandom Forecast.
Fandom Forecast.
I forgot my super copy. Who wants to start?
Yeah.
I'm going to start because I said so.
Okay. That's fair.
Anyways, starting us off, if you didn't know, which I think basically everybody knows, but today, June the 5th, I think it is, the Switch 2 released officially. Now, people have been getting them for, the last week, but they've actually been locked behind a day one update, so even the people who got them early from their pre-orders have not been able to play them. But today, they can. It is there. You can play one of the 25 launch titles, although I think if you look, 3 of them are just the upgraded version of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, and other ones are just, the tech demo that you can't even 100% without a 4K TV and a microphone and a webcam for it. But
there's only one new title, and that's Mario Kart World.
Nonetheless, it's an exciting day. People are enjoying it. People are having fun. People are getting their Switch 2s and finding out that the stapled receipt to the box punctured the screen and broke it.
Shout out to that one GameStop in Maine.
I don't know how that happens, but there was a bunch of people who had their receipts stapled to the box.
That's some straight up
a damaged screen.
That's some straight up Amazon delivery level crap.
It's been chaos. There's been reports of people's regular Nintendo Switches getting the orange screen of death. Now, those could just be people, wanting to cause chaos for Nintendo. But, otherwise, it looks cool. New things that people found out about it, too, is, you can plug in just a USB mouse, and that works, too. You don't have to use, mouse mode on the Joy-Con. regular keyboards work, that kind of thing. So there's some cool features that they didn't even talk about. Yeah, it's also huge. If you haven't seen a picture of a comparison of the size, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, otherwise, today, Deltarune chapters 1 through 4 released. Obviously, Mario Kart World for the Switch 2 released with the Switch 2. And on June 10th, Dune Awakening will be releasing as well, which
survival game in Dune. Oh,
yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So it's a Dune survival game. It does look kind of cool, and yeah, I'll be interested to see if that one's worth picking up, or maybe someone in my Steam family will buy it and add it to the 1,000 games already in there somehow. I don't know where they get the money from.
Nerds and Nitwits play Dune Awakening.
But yeah, that is my fandom forecast for what month is it? June. For June.
It's June. Believe it or not, if you didn't know, it is June.
It is June.
Let's all hit the theaters this weekend because not one, but 2 new movies released this weekend. Because we have from the world of John Wick, Ballerina, which looks to be kind of on par with the rest of John Wick movies when it comes to violence and guns and all kinds of brutality. Does look quite interesting, so I'm going to go watch it. Probably not this weekend, probably next weekend. If you are a fan of very artistic movies and frame shots and whatever else, a new Wes Anderson movie called The Phoenician Scheme also releases this weekend. It's got a bunch of big names, Tom Hanks, and now I'm blanking on all of them. Michael Cera.
Yeah, it couldn't be that important then.
Yeah, apparently. I don't. It looks interesting. I love Wes Anderson films and just the way he like does everything picture wise. So I'm gonna go see that one too. But that is that. What else comes out? Another one that looked interesting. I don't know anything about it. Releasing this weekend. It's called The Life of Chuck, which stars Tom Hiddleston. It just looks like a really cozy, heartwarming kind of movie. It's all I really know about it. Even watching the trailer, I'm like, all right,
he's gonna be a murderer.
Oh, probably. And
yeah, then it's like Forrest Gump.
Could be. June 13th is the live action How to Train Your Dragon movie. That
is exciting.
I'm still on the fence on that one.
I hope it's as good as the animated film.
Considering that it's every shot that you saw in the animated film now just in live action with most of it done in CG, it's going to be a really cool half live action, half animated movie. No, they confirmed it was. They did confirm it was.
All right.
The studio has come out to say that it is. So.
All right. Well, either way, maybe we'll go see it. Maybe I'll go see it. Maybe I won't. Maybe if we all decide, let's go try this movie together, we'll do it.
Which we will.
And then on June 20th, towards the end of the month, we have the a trilogy conclusion to the 28 series, which is 28 years later. Which is, I still haven't watched 28 Days or 28 Weeks or 28, whatever it is. Haven't watched it, but it is a trilogy conclusion to the zombie horror-ish movie that came out way back when. They look like good movies. Yeah. It looks like a good movie. I've watched a few of the behind-the-scenes shorts that have come out on TikTok and stuff. And it looks really well done. There is a scene in the movie where they used, I forget what it was. It was like 100 or so iPhones just on this one bar to make this one like big wide shot.
Yeah, I think I saw it. It's like in a circle.
Yeah,
and literally just a bunch of iPhones.
It's massive. I'm like, that's kind of cool, actually. So
for people who are like, what the heck is 28 Days Later? If you remember, the pop music group LMFAO, they released a song called Party Rock, and that music video parodies 28 Days Later. There's your connection.
It's a zombie movie, if you didn't know.
It's a groundbreaking British zombie movie, and that then got made fun of by Shaun of the Dead.
Anything British really that groundbreaking?
Either way.
Yes, they also helped take colonialism to new heights. It was pretty. They did things.
Yep, they did things.
They broke ground in France during 1944. That was groundbreaking. Yeah.
Anyways, those are your movies for June.
Folks, I'm here to bring not only a divisive political commentary, but also let you know that Stranger Things trailer came out. They've announced that they're going to be doing a couple volumes, and those are going to be 3 episodes packaged together, so it's pretty much like releasing 3 movies. It's going to be awesome. I think it's actually 4. I think there's 4 volumes. I think there's 12 episodes. No, it's 9.
Does anyone else think
November, Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve?
Yeah. It's going to be incredible.
They picked as wild. Like, literally, November 26th, that's random.
Boxing Day.
But then, what? Sorry, what day?
Black Friday. They picked Black Friday. That's American Thanksgiving.
Not
which
Boxing
is known
Day.
to have one of the biggest like movie streams across North America. Christmas
Day,
which has the second most regular streams for movies. Yeah, I did the research because I was wondering about this. And then they picked New Year's Eve because of the streaming levels. Yeah. So they're hoping to cash out. That's why, like, Lord of the Rings was released 2 days before Christmas, and all of these things. It's one of the biggest movie times of the year in the States.
I thought it was weird that they would pick those days, but maybe I'm just.
I don't know. I did too. Turns out when you're from Canada, you could give a rip about American holidays. Go hockey! Woo!
When you live
the other
alone,
thing,
you can go about Canadian holidays.
Yeah, true.
When the other thing that we'd like to announce is the fact that Elden Ring announced that there's going to be a Studio A24 Elden Ring movie. They're starting to work on it. They haven't let us know about a date that it's going to be coming out, but let me tell you, I am excited to see if it's going to be like the levels of what is it called? Prince of Persia? Is it going to be like Prince of Persia? Or is it going to be the levels of the Mario Bros? What kind of video game movie are we getting?
Low-key, I enjoy Prince of Persia, but anyways.
Oh, Prince of Persia
Elden Ring has tons of lore. But when you actually play the game, it pretty much seems like there's no story. And I'm wondering how they plan to do it, or maybe they're going to do it like before everything was kind of wrecked and destroyed, but I don't know. It'll be interesting for sure.
I for one would like to see Jack Black play the main character. I think that'd be awesome.
I love
also
Jack
think
Black,
that if they're going to make a movie about Doom, which they also rumored, then he should play the Doom guy. Jack Black should just play all video game characters for the rest of just all of them. And he needs to have one musical number. I want the Doom guy to sit there and break out into some heavy metal singing from Jack Black.
If they don't have a scene in the Elden Ring movie where the main character is just rolling around to dodge fights for like a minute straight, they've done it wrong. That's all I know.
He also has to get tired and then not be able to dodge. Don't forget that point. I've never died because of that.
Give these comments. Do I have to come on and rip the story on you, Cam? This is like Halo for you. Souls are my thing, according to Gizzy.
Well, Gizzy, that's fair. I played Elden Ring, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what any of the actual story is. So
I played all of Dark
Souls. If you want to fly across the country to come at me, I welcome it. But we all know how expensive those tickets are. And it's a lot. It's a lot of money.
We also are going to announce...
You'll never get to go home again.
A couple more things on the Fandom Forecast. One is going to be a little bit meta. Guys, check out our YouTube channel. We're releasing some shorts. We're doing some series. We're even going to be trying to release some different package segments of our podcast, but check it out. Go take a look. We're also on Instagram and TikTok, and Cameron's the guy who's putting those videos together. It's going to be Cameron and Joel who do most of the editing, so thank them because they've been doing an incredible job for that. And last but not least, it's pre-release weekend.
Woo!
I'm looking at all of you because Magic the Gathering has a pre-release weekend, and it's Final Fantasy. I went down to the local one of the local nerd stores here, and I was talking with the owners and stuff, and rubbing shoulders, doing just making those connections, dog. And what we discovered, what's wrong, Cameron? What we discovered is that Wizards of the Coast has made more money than any release in the last 2 years, and they haven't even exchanged a card yet because it's still before pre-release. This is looking to be bigger than Lord of the Rings. And
So
the reason
people
for that
are
is
already receiving their decks.
Tarkir went off and is still going off. In fact, Tarkir is so popular that there's been a freeze on ordering it to Canada because Wizards of the Coast didn't have enough material, which is just wild. So now they're trying to back up on Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's like these two sets going back to back is really rejuvenating Magic with the fact that we're getting foreign IPs and original Magic series that are both popping off. So I'm very excited for what's coming forth. And normally you're expecting me to pull up a bunch of cards on the screen and start going, mana tap, discard. Instead, I'm going to do that with these guys for a full 60 minutes. Get wrecked. Oh. How about we tap 4 to Dragon D's nuts on your face? Cheers.
Yep. That had to come at some point.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Michael,
Yeah.
you out of the three of us, obviously you know the most about Magic the Gathering. For you've been playing for a long time. What would you say your level of excitement is for this set and the cards in this set? And are there cards that you like immediately know are going to go in one of your decks or that kind of thing?
I have a few. I will say this. I have never played a Final Fantasy game, and I know nothing about Final Fantasy. It's just something that I missed growing up for some reason, didn't get on that train, which if you know me, you're like, how'd you miss that? But so I wasn't really excited about it. I was excited for Tarkir Dragons. That was the thing. I was excited for Foundation last year because that came out with an original Magic set that was encouraging new players to play. And then Tarkir Dragons came out. And I was like, oh, we're bringing it back to some of the classic things of Magic. Being that I have time off right now to look after a child, I've started doing more research into it. I'm really excited. I think there's a lot of cool mechanics coming in. They're bringing back melee. I don't know how many of you guys know about the melee mechanic, but whenever you attack somebody, it gets +1/+1 for every player that's attacked this turn. So if I'm attacking and I swing wide at 4 people at the table, my guy now gets +4/+4. It came out like 7 or 8 years ago and obviously was confusing, so they didn't use it. They're using that more, which is going to be very exciting. The other thing that's going to be happening is Saga creatures. For those of you guys who know, enchantment creatures are awesome. They're really cool. They add diversity because it's a creature and enchantment. Yeah, that means there's more removal to it, but it also means there's more steps to protecting it. Now, Sagas are enchantments that, when played, count off. So you have maybe 3 or 4, sometimes 6 segments that go off, and for the start of each turn, those go off. Sort of to bring in that story aspect, they came out with the Wilds of Eldraine, which was really cool, as well as some of those other sets. And here they said, let's make Saga creatures. So there's now creatures that are going to come into play, and they're also going to have Saga abilities, which means at the start of every upkeep, on your turn, those effects are going to go off. But instead of just disappearing after the last effect, they stay there. I have a Tom Bombadil deck. My Tom Bombadil deck is a Saga-based enchantment deck. And it runs Wooburg, which means it's all 5 colors, and it goes ham. And I'm really excited. I already have 7 or 8 cards that I'm like, these are better than the cards I already have, so we're bringing those in. What's so funny?
He's just
making fun of the
Saga. It's a saga, you butt.
It's a saga.
Talking about Sonic and
got that Canadian accent. Yeah, I got my Saga cards.
Of course, my brother, our Magic expert, jumps on, and that's what he chooses to correct.
Yeah,
you idiot.
So, do you think, Michael? Do you think that these creature sagas are going to be more of a gimmick for just the set, or do you think we're going to start to see them more? Are they actually going to be useful? Like, I know we've seen things in other sets where what was it? The start your engines in Aether Drift. It's like, it's an idea, but how often are people putting that in a deck, right?
Yeah, I think Start Your Engines was something that was really cool just to spice up Ether Drift, and they had to do something because that was easily the least looked forward to set because Spider-Man's coming out later, which is also actually becoming a total crap show. It's wild to see if that's even gonna fully form because of what's going on with rights and stuff.
That's always fun.
Thank you, Sony. I hope that you get hacked again by North Korea. Um,
Okay.
what's up there, Joel? I think that this Sega Creatures thing is going to become more popular. I was waiting for it to happen. As soon as they came out with Sagas or Sagas, whatever you want to say, Steve. As soon as they came out with Sagas, it was only a matter of time before they tried to do that, and I think that it'll be something that sticks around as long as it doesn't break the community formats. I think in Commander, it's going to be really cool. I think in Standard and in Modern Play series, it may get a bit much. It may become a little overpowered. Or maybe people will smarten up and run more removal. I mean, that's the biggest thing when it comes to that. If you want to complain about people running enchantment decks or spell slingers, just play removal and bounce. Get rid of it. You have that ability to put that in your deck. Do it. Do a little bit of that.
Nice. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really epic.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's always interesting when they bring something new in and to see, if people start to use it lots, if it becomes a thing that shows up in other sets, or, if it'll be a one-off gimmicky type thing that doesn't really show up. But, Joel,
Yes.
you might not know as much about Magic than Michael.
That's correct, by a long shot.
You do, in fact, like Final Fantasy and know much more about that.
I do, well,
so,
yes.
Okay, well, you know more than Michael and I. Okay, good enough.
The bar's low, buddy. You got it.
Are you, like, what are you most excited for in this set? Are there like cards or just characters that are showing up in the set that you're really excited for? As a Final Fantasy and Magic fan, what are you feeling?
A lot. No, even I was talking with Cam and a few other people earlier while I was looking through cards. Like, just even some of the references they make in the cards themselves is so dope. Stuff like the fact that they got some of the original artists for the Final Fantasy games to do art for the cards is cool. Stuff like that is dope. There's a lot of the fan characters are come back. Like, there's a whole deck based on the Final Fantasy VII, which has all kinds of references in it that we're going to talk about later. Don't worry.
Oh, baby.
And yeah, there's a lot of fun references. There's some really funny references as well. There's references that I missed in games I haven't played, because I've played a majority of the Final Fantasy games, but not all of them. And so there's like a few that I'm like, oh, I'm sure that's funny to somebody. I don't get it, but it's like, I understand that it can be funny in what it is. And yeah, like, I'm excited just because even Michael and I were talking and stuff, like, having the Saga creatures are all summons from the game. So there's like summon Ifrit, there's summon Fat Chocobo, there's all these things. And those are all materia summons from the game, and the fact that they come in as Saga cards that have like all these different effects that pop off before they go. The references, the artwork, even like the taglines, the flavor text on the bottom. It's I feel, as far as references go, like much like the Lord of the Rings one, they did a great collaborative job with this set. Between just like the way the cards were, even the way some of the cards work, like the battle menu card is set up, like the art is set up like a old school 2D Final Fantasy battle. Each of the options you have, it's an instant card where you choose one of the options, and it's like attack, item, or whatever it happens to be, is so cool. It's just, yeah. Overall, I'm like, this, aside from like Lord of the Rings, I was saying to Cam earlier, if there was ever going to be a set where I want it and I had the money to collect every card from a set, it would be Lord of the Rings and this Final Fantasy set, because they're so fun to me. There's a lot of good Easter eggs that we're going to talk about later as well.
Yeah.
That I'm so excited.
Joel, I have a question for you.
I have an answer. I
and
hope.
This is gonna reveal how much I know about Final Fantasy. What's a chocobo?
A chocobo is it kind of depends.
I'm just murdering words today.
A choked hobo.
Chocobo. It is one of the creatures that basically exists in almost every single Final Fantasy game. It is a bird. There are some that are like in some versions of the game they just exist as tiny little pets that people have. They're kind of similar to like kind of chickens, but not really. There's a lot of the games where they grow into like these massive, bigger than ostrich size rideable mounts that you can have. Like Final Fantasy 16, you can just ride a chocobo around through the overworld. You can do chocobo races. They're just a fun little creature that is just a fan favorite, because some of them you are just adorable. And some of them are just adorable. Some of them are really, really fat, as the summon fat chocobo. But
this set has so many chocobo cards.
Well, there's one. Did you include the traveling chocobo in the slideshow?
I did.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
That's in one of the slides I put in.
That one's fun because there is like 6 different versions of that card. Yeah, because there's one for each of the there's one for each of the 5 colors. Then there's the golden one. There's the normal one for each of the 5 colors, and then there's the serialized golden one. So there's 7, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the serialized golden ones is like the card defined in this set, and they only exist in like specific collector boosters, I think.
I think it's serialized, and it's only 77. Like often with serialized, you see it like 200, 500, whatever. 77 is like pretty small when it comes to serialized things.
Yeah. This wouldn't be the first time Wizards of the Coast did that. Remember that Lord of the Rings 1 of 1?
Okay, well, that's a little different. 1 of 1 is much less than 77. But it is true.
Yeah. If you get one of these chocobo cards, you got to make a video of you pulling it out of the pack and sniffing it like Charlie Bucket does in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And then you got to be like, I've got a golden ticket.
I'm going to pick up some cards tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, okay, would you guys like it if we filmed and posted a pack crack? A crack crack?
We're going to pack crack on stream.
We're going to pack our crack to the crack.
It's going to be wild.
Tom.
You want to know why my eyes are stuck like this all the time?
I literally I have to go blow my nose from that.
I wonder why he's got to blow his nose.
He's gone.
It's almost like he's cracking pack.
Tomorrow when Three Goblins opens, I'm going down to pick up the Cloud, the Final Fantasy VII Precon deck, as well as one or two boosters if I can swing it. And then when I get home, I'm going to do my own personal live stream on this here channel of me sorting through the deck, sleeving all of them, and then opening the packs. So if you want to come hang out while I do that, you should do that tomorrow too.
If you want to watch Joel crack live on Twitch,
you want to see me crack packs and pack cracks.
He can fit at least 3 kilos in each sock before he jumps on the plane.
Huff gas and crack packs on live internet.
We're all gas, no choke here.
That's quacked.
No choke.
That's a crack that's quacked.
Man.
Anyways.
Whoa.
What the heck were we talking about?
I don't know. Cracking packs.
I've been home too long.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to see us open some packs from the set? Just, I don't, let us know. I don't know.
You'll blow your nose again, Cameron. It's running hot.
This is the thing.
We could do a pack crack, but it's just our noses and the pack.
You can pat my crack anytime.
We could sniff every card if you guys really
Oh my
want.
gosh. I'm curious to see how fast Three Goblins sells out tomorrow. If they sell out tomorrow.
I would hope there's at least a couple packs, but I mean,
well, like they already,
we're in Canada, so
they already said that they have everybody's pre-orders, and there's going to be like full decks and everything available at purchase. But they literally said to be there like earlier. The earlier you're there, the better your chances are. So I'm going right at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock tomorrow.
I'm gonna send you money to buy me a couple, and we can do a pack crack, and we can film it on Saturday.
100%.
Actually,
Yeah,
we should do
That's
that.
good.
Maybe I'll just come join
we're
you
gonna post
because
it
I'm
to
not
our
doing
YouTube
anything.
and
If
our
you want to,
Instagram
we're
and our
free.
TikTok. Go check them out.
Heck yeah.
Place your bets now.
At least check one of them out.
Saturday.
Yeah, place your bets. Okay, bet number 1: we are going to lose money on this. Probably, almost always guaranteed when you buy packs, but it's still fun. Bet number 2: we won't lose money, but that's not going to happen. Actually, historically, I have a pretty good track record with packs, but that's not how it's supposed to work. So
I'm also curious to see if they put limits on how much one person.
Bet
can
number
buy at a time.
3. Bet number 3. Who does the most crack? Am I right?
I wonder if gambling's allowed on Twitch.
I'm sure there's ways. But with all of those things said, let's break right into it, guys. We got a new set coming out. We're excited. You're excited. Joel, bring up that sweet slideshow.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, let's see that sucker.
Fanatical stuff happening. Give me 1 second here while I.
Here's the thing.
Right.
A couple of things that I've noticed right off the bat while Joel's doing this is they're diving a lot into color alignments. We're getting a lot of duo colors. We're getting a lot of those classic Ravnica color combinations. So that's really cool to see. Personally, I don't know if that's because things are connected to Final Fantasy or what. There's also some good 3-color commanders, but we're getting a lot of the duo commanders, which is really fun. I think that opens it up to how to counter people more. It helps keep things balanced in some ways, and it just means that everybody's gonna hate it when you play Simic or Demir or Azaris because blue sucks for some strange reason. But yes.
We probably should have said at the beginning of this, for people who are listening, that this is obviously going to be a visually supported episode, so you should watch the video if you want 100%. To get the full experience.
100%.
I'll put that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish my pants were as tight as that man's pants.
Dude, everyone in Final Fantasy has tight.
Are we just gonna run through this in the order I posted them, or?
Yeah, just do it.
So here's the thing.
We can just send it.
Yeah. So first up,
we got to start somewhere.
We have some of my favorite Easter eggs. So the starting town, which is a enchanted land, is actually the very first city or town, whatever it is, that you start in the very first Final Fantasy game. It is obviously in the original game, it's all 2D pixelated, but it is a recreation of the very first town, and I thought that was just such a nice homage to
Can you full
to the game.
screen this?
I don't know why it's not full screen, to be honest.
Just press F11.
Whee!
What are you choking on, Cameron?
Oh, there we go.
No, I got sick. Okay, I'm choking on nothing.
Fair enough. The second one, this is it's close to full screen. I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
For some reason.
What? I don't know
why. Is the battle menu one that I mentioned earlier? It's set up like a old school 2D Final Fantasy game. When you're in the battle, and it has like the attack, the ability, the magic, or the item. There's obviously no flee option because you don't do that. I love that. But yeah, like the fact that it references the battle menu, that you can do all these things. These are options in the game, and then they turn into options for Magic the Gathering, which I think is cool.
I think that they should have put the flee option, and you just quit the game.
You just quit the game.
I would have died. And you just quit.
I would have laughed so hard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would have laughed. There we go. So hard. The next one is everybody's favorite Final Fantasy meme, which is Titus's laugh from Final Fantasy X. And I wish I had pulled up a clip to show this. If you don't know what the clip is, go look up Titus's laugh from Final Fantasy X or 10, whatever you want to call it, because it is the worst forced laugh in history. It's so funny, and even like the flavor text is just the ha ha ha. And it's so bad, but I thought it was so funny that they used that as the inspiring call.
It's a bad voice acting moment, right?
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. It's so funny to me though. Like it's just ridiculous. It's so good though.
It's also actually a good card though.
Because it's here. I don't know if this will hear it
like,
or not.
If you're go
Hold on.
go Joel. I can hear it.
Oh my goodness.
It's so bad. It's so funny. But the card itself, you're right, is a good card.
Yeah, like if you're doing a deck based around +1/+1s or anything like that,
which
like that's a really good card to have in that deck.
This will go in so many decks.
Well, the Final Fantasy X Precon is a counter deck. I'm pretty sure this card is in there for that reason. So
in Counter Blitz.
Yeah, Counter Blitz.
Yeah,
like you're about to see this in every +1/+1 deck.
Oh, 100%.
For a while. Like,
yeah.
I'm about to see this in Noggin's Hamza deck. I'm about to see this in Gabe's Hydra deck. I'm about to see this in whatever Andres cooks up. I'm about to see this in my Tarkir Precon. I'm like, this is going everywhere because draw a card for each creature you control with +1/+1. Let's say you got 7. Draw all those cards to get that card advantage. And then those creatures gain indestructible until the end of turn. It's an instant. You can play this on anybody's turn. So you could play this on somebody else's turn, block with indestructible, draw the 7 cards, not have to discard them, and then go into your next turn.
Love that.
Especially if you think about it like Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm is broken with this card because after Landfall kicks in, you copy so many Scoot Swarms. They all get +1/+1s. All of this goes off. You could almost draw through your whole deck, no problem with the Scoot Swarm.
Well, this literally, so looking at this Final Fantasy set, it's making me want to make a green deck for the tournament that we're doing, our little mini tournament next month, because there's some crazy good cards, and I don't know why, but the green ones have just drawn me to them.
There's a lot of green cards.
Today.
Yeah, we did.
Green's best green, dog. Green's best green.
Surprise, surprise.
If you don't play the broccoli, what kind of person are you?
A non-healthy one? I don't know. For my next set of Easter egg cards, there is actually 15 of these that are all named Sid Timeless Artificer. Because pretty well I think except for maybe the Final Fantasy 14, which is the online one, every Final Fantasy game has a Sid character. All around like the same kind of type of person, but every single person is a different artwork. So I only have 3 of them here, but there's actually 15 cards that are all called
amazing
Sid Timeless Artificer with different art based on what game they came from.
It even says in the bottom which game they're from.
Yeah. So if you didn't notice, right down here in the bottom left corner, it'll tell you obviously the artist for the card and then what Final Fantasy they came from. So I thought that was also a really neat touch that they did as well. Thank you for pointing that out, Cameron. But yeah,
it definitely is like seeing things like this. It's very clear that they were trying to understand who was going to be buying these cards the most. Like, they're still Magic cards, but the fact that like they did 15 arts of this, the fact of like the next one that they did 4 different versions of the different colored chocobos, like it's clear that they were like they understood what Final Fantasy was and what people are going to want out of the set.
100%. So yeah,
it's almost like they took a page out of oh shoot, what's that video game? My brain just blanked. Fortnite. It's almost like they took a page out of Fortnite. They figured out how to reskin it well.
It's true. I don't remember who said it. I think it was probably you, Michael, but calling Magic the Gathering the Fortnite of card games is probably the truest statement I've ever heard.
When do you think we'll get a
I'm waiting
Fortnite
for,
Magic crossover?
Just put in the chat, if you guys didn't know, there's an Avatar The Last Airbender set coming out.
Yeah.
Which is going to be amazing, hopefully.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
2030, Pokemon Magic the Gathering set.
Oh my gosh. Imagine.
There will be a Magic the Gathering Pokemon set and a Pokemon Magic the Gathering set.
Oh, the
Magikarp will transform into Gyarados. It'll be 8 blue mana.
Oh my word. Anyways.
All right. Well,
as
shall
for
we
more
move on?
Easter egg cards, this one, again, similar thing where all the same card, all do the exact same thing. The only difference is the art and the flavor text. So the first one featuring Cloud and Tifa is like the default card that you'll probably find more often. And the other three are all variants that all have different text, and they're all based on the different party / date interactions you can go on in Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, which one ever it comes in. And so yeah, they're all based on the fact that you can either take Tifa or Aerith, Yuffie, or Barrett of all people, to go watch the fireworks in game. And each of them have the corresponding flavor text, including Barrett being like, "What'd you want to see the fireworks with me for?" So the little nods like that is just so cool. That they can show that the games do have different options, and so they work those into the cards for Magic. Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Right? I was just looking through cards earlier while in a voice call with a bunch of people, and Cam can attest this. I was just sitting here being like, "Dude, this is so cool. Dude, I'm so excited for this. Man, this is so dope. Like, look at this. This is so cool."
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I hadn't really sat down to look at the deck list. Man, words. The deck list until I got home from work today, and
Damn it, dude. Dude,
I didn't.
How are you? You know what, man? First it's crack, and now it's. I can't even say that, you filthy animal.
I literally, I don't know what the heck happened to me. I was an hour late to work because I didn't even wake up till like 9:10 in the morning.
Call the hospital. Cam is having a stroke.
It's been a day. Remember what I was saying?
Deck list.
Oh,
card list.
Yeah, I just started really looking at it when I got home from work, and yeah, seeing like there's one really good cards, two really cool cards, and I played a little bit of Final Fantasy. I don't even know which games I played, but I played a couple of them, and yeah, it just seems like they put, I don't even know, like a lot of heart into making this set. Like bringing in original artists and that kind of thing, and then having all these little references to the games for fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
There is, as you mentioned earlier, there is a lot more cards based around Final Fantasy 14 and 7 because those are, they're not even necessarily like, they're not even rated the best games in the series, but they are the most fan favorite games in the series. So there is a lot more based around 14 and 7. Which I'm okay with personally. 14 is the online one, so there's a ton of options for that one. And then Final Fantasy is just fun. Like 7 is just fun to me. Next up on our lovely sideshow, Michael, you want to talk about some of the pre-con commanders?
Heck yeah, give it to us.
The first two we have is Ishtola, Knights Blessed, and Terra, the Herald of Hope.
Heck yeah. We got some really cool things coming here. I'm really excited for that coming down, and the reason is that with these guys, let me just pull up my pictures of them before I forget, because my stream is a little bit behind.
Fair enough. If you didn't know, Ishtola is the Final Fantasy 14 deck, and then Terra is the Final Fantasy 6 deck.
So, these are two of the precons that are coming in. And there you go. We got some triple color commanders, which is going to be really fun. I'm excited for the low cost. I'm a bit of a low cost commander merchant. I started out big big, huge commanders that go whomp, the little Timmy style of Magic, and I've moved away from that. I will say that I have matured in the world of card games. One of the biggest things that I really like is that, yes, once again, Magic for some reason decided that we need a bunch of text so that a bunch of nerds could go, ooh, look at the word choice. Ugh. With those things, where I really like Knight's Blessed. Not even going to try to say that name. I don't want to pull a Cameron. Yeah, no, I'm good. They'll come out as Shistol Schlong or something. I don't know. Vigilance. Vigilance is really good coming in, especially for blue-black. And at the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, you draw a card. This is going to be a great way to do little pings, like especially with it being black, white, blue. You know that this is going to be so good, not even for just the precon itself, but also in aristocrat decks, because you look at that next ability. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana 3 or greater, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. Like, you can cast a bunch of spells that benefit from other things, and then ping life for you to draw cards. There are going to be multiple ways to break this card, but I like that. A resurgence of the cat subtype of creatures. It's been a while. Thank you, Magic. Needed them cat ears. And then Terra, Herald of Hope. Ay. Yeah, I know, right?
Getting after Tam.
One of the biggest things here is that it's bringing in mill, but it's self-mill. That's a little bit different, right? We all know that mill stands for man. I love loneliness, so see how that goes for you. But with it all ticking down, I think there's a lot of room to build off of these, and especially with the other cards that have come in. We're going to touch on it later, but just looking through all the different cards that are going to become big in the standard and modern systems, Boros got a bunch of buffs right here. Like that red-white coloring scheme is definitely going to be something that starts pushing its way more and more. For a while now, we've made fun of that combination, but even with like Terra, throwing in that little bit of black is really going to help out with that. And not to say that these are 2 commanders that I'm hoping I'm playing, but I do think that they're going to be some formidable partners at the table that you'll have to deal with. What's the next one?
Michael, can I just real quick question? As somebody who's not a affluent linguist in the world of Magic, what is Boros?
Red white.
Oh, okay. Just want to clear that up for anybody else who's also listening and has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'd like to think that I know what most of them are, but I don't.
All the colors combinations have names, and so who knows? Maybe we'll talk more about that later. But let's see the next group of commanders.
I did
go and find the lists of how many cards from each of the games is in the set. Most of them, actually all of them are over 10, but yeah, Final Fantasy 14, 45, Final Fantasy 7, 43. Then the lowest are Final Fantasy 2 and 1 and 3 are all 11 and 13, but then most of them are about 20 or more cards in the set.
The next set of commanders are the Cloud X Soldier, which is my deck, which is the Final Fantasy 7 deck, and then Titus Yuna's Guardian, which is the Final Fantasy 10 counter deck.
Yeah, and this is where the green comes in. No green and black combinations this time around. I think they're trying to really spice it up. If I'm not mistaken, white is in 3 of the decks, so it's becoming that versatility color once again. Cloud X Soldier, I believe there's 3 different Cloud cards, like named Cloud, with different color combinations coming through it. This is going to be one, again, you're seeing it, that red-white combo is peeking its way through. And this one is the most expensive commander mana-wise for 5. And this is going to be an equipment attachment. Like, you're going to be looking at it, essentially, this guy is going to be a way to make treasure tokens, or you could find a way to turn him into a great Voltron commander and
They all have
benefit
white, so-
off of all the things. They all have white. There you go. See, it's making its way through. But yeah, I really like the potential to turn this into a Voltron commander, or to spice it up and use it for that treasure tokens. Just to buff it in that sense. With all of those things. It is going to be aggressive. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This engine is aggression. So you're going to be the aggro player at the table, and you're probably going to draw the most attention when it comes to people threat assessing.
Uh-oh.
So don't whine, Joel, when
I'm not gonna
we take
whine.
you
I'm not
out
gonna whine.
first.
I understand that with the Tarkir deck and this one, I understand that I am the problem.
This deck, I'm just noticing, looking at this, taking a look at Scryfall, there's a lot of human creatures in this deck.
Yes.
Like, you could easily make a human tribal. Maybe not a good one, but you could with the cards in this deck.
Oh yeah. Any deck that has these has Final Fantasy cards. There's a lot of human warriors or human soldiers or human knights or human this or human that.
Makes sense.
Go buy Horn of Gondor. Go order it right now. Go get it. Put it in your deck. Hold on to it. You're going to need it. It's going to help you. We all know it. Don't be ashamed. We're not going to make fun of you, because I would do it too. It's okay. Titus, this is the one that I think I'm interested in. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may move a counter from target creature you control onto a second target creature you control. This allows you to move those counters around. Oh, by the way, it's in white, right? So if we go back to that wonderful little card that Joel was talking about, where all those the green card, yeah, it was green, +1/+1s, and you get to move them around, and then they get indestructible. Yeah, it's in that deck for sure. If it's not, put it in there. That's ridiculous that it's not in there. And then, whenever one or more creatures you control with counters on them deal combat damage to the player, you may draw a card and proliferate. This is your +1/+1 counters, and it's in blue. Folks, that's a +1/+1 pre-con counter deck that's definitely coming in with counter spells and bounce opportunities. I'm intrigued for this one. I'm really excited if I am going to buy one. My playstyle says this. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Tell us which one you guys are looking at picking up. Tell us which ones you guys want to see, and it's gonna be really cool, really fun. I think this lends itself really well to the different metas of Magic.
Yeah, Cam's gonna touch on it later, but the Titus deck has a potential turn 3 infinite combo in it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Cam's gonna talk about later.
Hey.
What's up?
Am I?
I don't know. You put the cards in. Somebody's gonna talk about it. One of us will. I'm so glad you can't see my face. Anyways, next up, Michael, is your Fat Chocobo.
Heck yeah.
Your Summon Saga.
You bet. Yeah. So these are the Saga creatures. This is something that we touched on earlier. And this is what I was talking about. If you notice, it's not only a creature card, it's a Saga enchantment, whatever the heck the thing is. You guys got me questioning life, man. I'm over here just trying to... I'm just trying to get a little crack in the pack, man, and now I can't word right. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Moving on.
Chocobo's so fat he probably doesn't even have a dick list. All of those things said. You have your Sega ability.
Censor that.
You have your Sega ability. And it comes in with that work. I don't know what these obviously mean something to the game, but it's turn 1 at the start of the first round. You get the one ability at the very start, as soon as you play it, and then after that, it's every upkeep, the next ones pile out. And so it's going to be a 4/4 for 5 mana, but let me tell you, birds, we're going to see a lot of birds. There's going to be some bird tribal decks that come out, and I think that's going to be a really, really exciting rivalry to the dragon tribals that we got in Tarkir. There's going to be a lot of flying. I hope you have your plummets ready to go, packed and ready, so you can just sauce those suckers out and get rid of anything with flying. Yeah, that's
just said your Chocobo so fat it took his card 3 days to print.
Then 3 to 5 business days to summon.
Please, Please write your favorite fat chocobo joke because we're about to have a bunch of those.
Try to keep them semi-appropriate.
Bork, by the way, is apparently the noise that chocobos make, or at least the fat chocobo makes. It's as somebody on Reddit put, it's "Work is to queer, as meow is to purr, as woof is to grr."
Gotcha.
So there you go.
Cool. What's the next one you got, Joel?
Your other summon creature, Knights of Round.
Yeah, guys. Right off the bat, I really think this is going to be a hot commodity in a lot of decks. I think it's going to be something that makes its way around the tables. Get used to it. It's a sweet card. I'm a big fan. It's going in my Tom Bombadil deck for sure.
And it's indestructible.
Yep, need that for Caesar is right. This guy just, man, so much to do there. It's 3/3 and indestructible, and that 8 mana cost is not that bad. You put this in a green deck, you can get that out so fast, and then those first 4 turns create 3/2/2 white knight creature tokens. That's right. So for that's 12. It's a 12. Yeah, it's 12 2/2s. Also, did you notice this is not a legendary creature? That means in your modern or standard deck, you can have 4 copies of this bad boy.
Oh.
Wow.
And then guess what? Other creatures you control get +2/+2 and put an indestructible counter on all of them. You know Titus? This is going in that Titus deck, guys.
That's gross.
This is going in the Titus deck. Because you're going to put indestructible counters on each of them. And then you can move those counters around and source it all out and proliferate. So you can just keep copying all of those counters. Yeah, this is going to be
real fast.
Here's the thing, though. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. It's going to be in high demand. But man, this is going to be like when people use this as a finisher, I will just sit there and have to slow clap because it's going to be epic. And everybody knows that they're going to need to save their Swords to Plowshare on this guy because you're going to have to use some very special removal on it. That is not.
I'm calling it right now. Yeah. One of us are going to pull this in our crack pack.
That would be insane, honestly.
Sure, Cameron.
I'm calling
it. All right.
If we do, I'll buy another 6 packs to crack pack.
All right.
Yeah, what Tom said. Swamp plus Dark Ritual plus Entomb plus Reanimate equal turn 1. Get God. It's 100% correct there.
I love ending the game turn 1.
No, that just gets him out turn 1. But that's the thing. Or a Vampiric Tutor to just go find it. Like, people are going to find ways to make this happen.
$250? 6 packs? Booster packs? What do you think I'm buying?
Nah, like the tariffs and stuff have upped the prices of everything for this set.
All right, I changed my mind. I take back what I said. I haven't got that kind of money.
$40? It's not. There's no way.
$40 per booster pack. They wouldn't
even supposed to get cheaper because the pre-release stuff is all more expensive.
Sorry, no, I'm looking this up.
I'll let you know tomorrow what it's going to be.
Yeah,
no, not Boater booster.
It's $40, guys.
But
let's keep chucking here. What's the next thing?
Your blue annoying octopus, or rather obnoxious octopus.
Guys, I'm excited for this, and the reasoning behind it is just super simple. I picked out
$9 on face to face. What are you guys talking about?
One of the things I liked about it is just the simplicity of this guy, and the fact that they are going to be having some uncommon commanders. He's coming out with a legendary creature, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell that is at least 8 mana was spent to cast it, put 8+1 counters on this guy. Oh, so you mean if I cast Big Boy Knight Summoning of the Round, I I get to lay my huge octopus and just make it bigger, 100%. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent for it, you can tap target opponent's stuff. This is going to be a great control piece. It'll definitely make its way through different formats. What's the next one, Joel?
Your Gabu Gardener.
Yeah, Gabu Gardener.
Gardener.
Really excited about this one because it's just something different, guys. We have a new mana dork in town. Move aside. It's a 1/3. It's 2 mana, and it taps for 1 forest. This is a great mana dork coming in. I love the art. I love everything about it, and I love how it really just sticks to that original style of Magic. Not overcomplicated. Less words make me happy. Next one.
What is next? Your giant adamant twice.
Oh, yes. This ancient turtle, we talked about this earlier. We talked about this a couple months ago, a couple Fandom Forecasts ago. Guys, this turtle is just cool. If you like green, this is it. And you know what else? Do you know what I like about this guy? It's an 8/20. And you know what that means?
Damn!
If he goes in my Tarkir Precon, where I can just swap toughness and power, then he's 20.
Baby.
That's 2 hits. We're done.
Him and Vigor go burr. Absolutely, Mr. Pundit.
100% they do. And you know what? I just found out they have not, most comic book stores have not had a Vigor in circulation in the last 6 months. That's how popular that guy's become. He's come a long way from being in a 2017 Battle Booster Pack. Man.
Nice.
So sad.
He does absorb
yeah, check
all
this
the
one out.
damage you take, though.
I know. I'm surprised he wasn't $40 when he first came out. What's the next one?
Saz. Your other green guy.
Yeah, my other green guy.
Pilot.
And I wanted to pull this guy out just to show you some of the fun things you're going to see. This is going to be a great commander for birds. You may search your library for a bird or basic land card, but whenever he attacks, you can put a +1/+1 counter on target creatures, then double that number of +1/+1 counters. You see where I'm going with green and +1/+1s. Titus, this is going to be in there. This guy can then start going on Adamantos. Like, you're going to watch these guys go nuts. +1/+1 is going to be a great way to do it. He's also a human pilot, so he flies.
Ew.
And yes, as the flavor text says,
He doesn't have
Chocobo, we just can't catch a break. Can we? There you go. What's the next
13. one? The Shinra reinforcements. The human soldiers.
Okay. This is in here because it is also going to be a fantastic card. It is Pauper Legal. This is a common card. This creature enters mill 3 cards and you gain 3 life. If you're looking to play Dredge, guys, this gets things into your graveyard. Not necessarily for mill, because this is self-mill. You are going to get things into your graveyard, and then you're going to gain 3 life. You want the things in your graveyard so you can pull them out, so you can reanimate them, so you can sit there and pull them back to your hand. Like this is going to be an engine for a lot of Pauper decks. I'm really excited. I'm looking at putting it in a Pauper deck. We'll see if I can get my hands on a couple. What's next?
Ultima.
Oh, heck yeah. Ultima.
Yeah.
We have another board wipe very similar to Wrath of God. Destroy all artifacts and creatures until and then end the turn. This has a whole new meaning to things. It does end your turn, but man, does it do it with authority. Really cool. I liked the art for it as well, but really just wanted to showcase some of the new things that are coming out. So what's next?
Pretty. Kefka, your clown boy.
Yeah, okay. I was torn whether I wanted to share this or not, because Kefka, the stupid clown boy. This is going to be something that we all know that guy. We all have this guy in our pod, and this guy is just sometimes a piece of crap. Kefka is going to be really good for annoying the crap out of people. for breaking the game, but it also shows what I had talked about earlier and when we talked about the transformation potential. There's a lot of cards that transform. This is going to be a commander that can be used, and it's going to be an end game piece. When it attacks, each player discards a card. Great. All of a sudden, you're limiting card draw. Then you draw a card for each creature card among cards. So now you're benefiting off that. Also, we already discussed how easy it is to get 8 mana in Magic in a turn. Not that hard if you get the right combinations. Each opponent has to sacrifice a permanent. Guess what? If you have Teargred in your deck, these guys are going hand in hand. And then you get to transform it. Whenever an opponent loses life during their turn, you draw that many cards. It's a 5/7. There's so many ways to break this. Because you can just infinite loop. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. Yeah, you can infinite loop that. Make it so that it has a you may, and that way you can just level through, get the key pieces you need, and call it a day. This clown is stupid.
I love it.
The transformation potential is so cool. And I think that adds another dynamic to cards, because you're going to have to threat assess based on one side and what it can be on the other side. So you might have to leave it a bit and then remove it before it becomes, obviously, Ruler of Ruin. Maybe Court Mage isn't half bad.
Kefka is one of the fan favorite villains of the Final Fantasy series.
Oh, yeah?
So,
what does he do in the series?
I have no idea. I didn't play 6.
I
won't lie.
What's next?
Next are some of the alternate commanders that you were like,
yeah,
good.
Yeah, so there's a couple commanders here. I did some research on what I thought would be, in my opinion, 6 of the better commanders in the set. I excluded some of the reprints. They're reprinting some classic commanders in the Final Fantasy art, and really cool. But enough said about those reprints. Let's look at the original stuff that's coming here.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll have to tell me what's up. I'm sorry.
The first one is Black Waltz number 3.
Perfect. Black Walt number 3, guys. Really excited. It's Rakdos, which means it comes in black and red. And then there's 2 generic beside that. Flying, Death Touch. See, told you. Lots of flying. Gotta love Death Touch. I'm a Death Touch guy. You know, it's good when Death touches me. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each target opponent. This is going to be perfect for any of those wonderful little spellslinger decks. It's an uncommon, so it's going to be easier to find. I'm really excited to put this into my graveyard spellslinger deck. I'm really excited to see this go through and deal some damage. You can also see this guy fitting in very nicely with our other friend in certain colors that you will see. One of the pre-con commanders. I can't remember it right now. But I think there's a lot of opportunity for this guy. And then next to him, we have the fallen hero. Not even going to try to say that name, Cameron.
Sephiroth, the one-winged angel.
Oh, Sephiroth? Yeah,
that's
easy.
Sephiroth.
See, there you go. Boros commander, red, white, good old Canadian colors, boys. Elbows up.
Baby.
As you tick through, yeah. A 5 cost for a 7/5 isn't half bad. Yeah, whenever you attack, you may put a cell counter onto target creature until the end of the turn. Each modified creature you control has a base power and toughness of 7/5. You are copying this guy. Modifying means you have a counter or of some sort on it. So you know those indestructible counters that you can make a ton of? You know those +1/+1s that you can find a way to put out there? And then sacrifice a modified creature, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped. Hear me out. How about you make this guy your commander, and instead of returning him to the command zone, you just put him in the graveyard? What's the worst that happens? If somebody exiles your graveyard, boom, put him in the command zone. And you just keep bringing him back for 3 mana. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's the way to do it. What's next there?
Next, I went the wrong way. Is Hope Asime.
Yeah. Good old Azeroth, which is white-blue, often known as the colors of Arrest in Magic the Gathering because of the way that they shut things down. It's a really good control combination. A lifelink. Gotta love lifelink. That means whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. And then at the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards. That's right, that's mill. When X is the amount of life you gain this turn, guys, easy win. Throw this in any Angel deck, easy win. How much life can I gain at the beginning? How much life can I gain in this specific turn? Not that a lot actually in an Angel deck. Easily 20 life in some occasions, especially with all that lifelink. This is going to be filthy. This is going to be one of the most broken commanders and easiest commanders to break. I could see this coming in and being a massive, like even borderline competitive EDH commander. Look out for it. It's going to be there. And then Tifa, the martial artist. Whatever. Tifa, Queen Latifah.
Some people's kids. You're right, Steve. You're right.
Yeah.
Tifa
coming in with the melee.
Tifa's the alternate commander for the Cloud/Final Fantasy VII deck.
Yeah, and I can see this one being really useful. Again, the melee that we talked about earlier. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 to the end of the turn for each opponent you attacked this combat. So if you're playing Commander, this is actually coming in as a 7/7. This is a very well disguised 7/7 because you think you can attack all three opponents. That's a 7/7. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 7 or greater deal combat damage to a player, untap all creatures you control, and if it's the first combat phase of your turn, there's an additional combat phase after this turn. Guys, woof sauce. You want to deal with a bunch of multiple rounds of combat? Sure. You want to deal with... Oh, wait a second. What? There was a commander earlier that allowed you to just make a bunch of 5/7s and 7/5s, and it wasn't even that much mana? Oh, man. This is in the same color combination as the Fallen Hero. So that's a bunch of 7/5s because every modified creature you control has a base toughness of 7/5. So whenever a creature with a power of 7... Guys, there's a great combo right there. Take it and use it and piss everyone off in your pod. So tell them Michael sent you. I'm happy to endorse this message until it comes to me. I'm looking at a couple of people.
This is going to be the pre-con deck for our tourney, so I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Take out Joel first. Don't let him play.
Do it.
It's okay.
Let me have fun.
It's in the spirit of Magic. But that's one of the combos we wanted to highlight and just show you guys. What's up next?
Vivi.
Yeah, okay. This is coming to you in the Is It colors, which is blue and red. Is it? As in, is it gonna work? Something we say and joke about all the time in our different games whenever I decide to play Is It color combination, especially for spell slingers. This one, 0 cost, add X mana of any combination of blue and or red, where X is Vivi's power. Wait a second. You mean you could bolster this guy? Because whenever you cast a non-creature spell, he gets +1/+1 and deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh my goodness. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, guys, if you start winging spells, he gets +1s. You deal damage every time you cast a +1. Imagine throwing this out there with any of the combinations you put in for Niv Mizzet. Yeah, there's no card draw, but hey, you're getting free mana out of this. This is free mana. I believe that this is the best commander being released. For 3 mana, it is ridiculous.
I believe one of the descriptions for him was Vivi is 98% C4 by weight. Yeah.
Yeah. He is. This is my opinion. You know what? You can argue with me, but this is the best commander in the set. This is it. There's all the other ones are cool. All the other ones are definitely like in most of the videos I checked in and stuff, like people thought these were all top 20 commanders, top 10 if you exclude the reprints. But then the Wandering Minstrel, I like this one. I included this one just for me. Lands you control enter untapped. You know all those pesky gate cards?
Ooh.
You know all those pesky dual lands that enter tapped? Now they don't.
That's handy.
Ka-ching. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that's all colors. Oh, what? This is a Wooburg commander. Wooburg means white. U is for blue. B is for black. R is for red. G is for green. Wooburg stands for all the colors. And he's sneaky about it too, because if you notice, the 5 colors are shown in the text, but they're not shown in brackets, which means that he makes it all colors. His initial cost is Simic, which is green-blue. Other creatures you control get X plus X until the end of the turn, where X is the number of towns you control. Another +1/+1 engine. This is in all colors. Guys, this is going to be a land-focused deck. The towns are coming in. Make the play. There's going to be so many fun ways to do it. I think if you want a commander that's going to be a big brain, make it work, put it together, and see what happens. I think this is your big brain commander of the set. So go check it out.
Michael is going to tackle us for it.
Maybe. We'll see. I'm an idiot. I ordered cards for 2 new commander sets or for 2 new commander decks and for 1 modern deck that I've been building for a hot minute. And I didn't think to wait until after this set released. I just wanted the cards now, so
fair enough.
I will be bringing those decks, and hopefully they'll be good to go in a couple weeks here. But and let's go to the last commander that I have to showcase. Void Warlock.
Oh, he's like, hold on. There he is. There you go.
Void Warlock is another one of these transformation commanders. I'm really excited for this. This is coming to you in the classic Golgari colors, which is black, green. So it's Golgari 1 generic. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Classic green trait. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform them. Guys, not hard to get 6 permanent cards, especially when you sit there and you think about, oh, what happens when I play this lovely Shinra Reinforcements for 2 generic and 1 black? When this creature enters, mill 3 cards, you gain 3 life. Guys, this is going to be great for standard as well, and for modern, because you're going to sit there, play 2 of those, mill 6 cards, maybe get 3, you'll easily probably get 3 permanents, and then he transforms into his X-Death, Dimension's End. Power is equal to the number of permanents in your graveyard. Wonderful, wonderful graveyard commander. He's got trample. Easily you can pump him up. It won't take much. I think this is going to be really cool. And if I hadn't ordered cards for 2 new commander decks, I would definitely be going with this guy as well for potential. It's between this guy and the Wandering Minstrel. I don't know. I think I just have a soft spot for bards in all 5 colors. Tom Bomb, Wandering Minstrel, they talk to me.
I have a soft spot for this set. That's just
there you go.
Like Final Fantasy. But as Noggin said in our comments, my gosh, these commanders are nuts. Yeah, because they're based on Final Fantasy creatures, which are terrifying to deal with.
Guess what? All the commanders are nuts for every set. You just got to look into it, and you got to remember, read the text and don't be scared of a lot of words. Be scared of what the combinations with it do. You don't analyze it based on one card unless it's one certain card. Tiergrid is one of those cards. One of those commanders that you need to shoot on sight. Gesheth, Sun's Avatar. Shoot that sucker down. Load the 40 cal and go nuts. But with this guy here, you're going to be looking at that sort of style there. But that's all I have for the commanders that I wanted to highlight or cards. So yeah.
We also have your beautiful crystal cards here.
I do. Yes, the crystals. There's 5 crystals, guys. 5 opportunities to collect. But also they're really handy. They're legendary artifacts. They do anything that a red crystal or that a crystal should. They decrease 1 generic mana for a spell in the respective color. There's 1 for every color. The red one, creatures you control gain haste. You want to play red? Really pulls it down to the classic ploys of each color. Green, if 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put onto a creature, twice that many +1s are put on it. Oh, did I say that +1/+1 counters are a way to break this game? Yes. Is there a way to do that and just benefit? Because then you can give every modified creature indestructible? Guys. +1s are going to be stupid. I'm so excited.
Okay.
And then you have your classic for blue. It's coming in. Your blue spells cost one less. The water crystal, so good. If an opponent would mill one or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead.
Sheesh.
So guess what? Man, I love loneliness. You guys who love loneliness have a lot coming to you. And then we got the last two are the Darkness Crystal. This is coming in for black players. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it and you gain 2 life. So there you go. You want to start getting rid of things, you can exile it. Plus you have that 6 mana ability at the bottom, just like they all do. Put target creature card in exile in with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters. Oh, wait. +1s? More +1s?
Bruh.
Oh, is going to be something that breaks the game potentially? Are we about to see a lot of +1s? Yeah, you're right. And then the Wind Crystal. This one, I like it. Surprise, surprise, because I sort of think white is probably my least favorite color, but yeah, it's here. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. So I know what's going in my Angel deck. Creatures you control with flying have life linked to the end of the turn. Oh my goodness, I can pay 6 mana in my mono white Angel Commander deck to give everything with flying lifelink. Oh, what do you mean? Every time something you pair this wonderful guy with our dearest friend, where is it here? Hope Asetham. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills 3 X cards where X is the amount of life you gained. So how about we just go through with this Wind Crystal and we gain life. We then decide to gain twice that much life. And then because of that much life, you start milling. Oh, by the way, you probably have the blue crystal in there. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many +4. So let's just have them mill a couple extra. And in that turn, let's just bring it all around. Let's gain some life. Let's start the wheels. The wheels on the bus go around and around, and we're all going to be... but yeah, those are the cards I'm really excited for. Those are the cards I wanted to highlight, bring to you guys, and just show you.
Fun.
There's a lot of excitement. And this is coming from somebody who wasn't excited about this set 2 weeks ago.
Hey, there you go. What else we got in our lovely slideshow? Michael had a suggestion to talk about potential card combinations or deck combinations that we would make. I said I would, if I was going to make a deck out of Final Fantasy cards, I would do it for the funny. And that is just to have a deck that somehow has both Sephiroth, Planet's Heir, and Aerith Gainsborough in it. If you have played Final Fantasy VII, you see where I'm going with this. If you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, spoilers, because I only want to have these cards in a deck so I can stack them like this. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
I want to do that just for the funny. Just because I love how do I describe it earlier, Cam? Oh, right, because trauma.
By the way, you look at these 3 color combinations. What are you going to be able to do? Do a bunch of mill, move around your +1s, and gain life off of all of those things, because these 2 you could easily put in a commander deck together without even trying that hard.
But yeah. Next up are some cards that Cam wanted to show off. So here they are.
I like cards.
You like cards? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, this is, so as I was kind of looking up some things about the deck,
a lot of green
set lists and stuff, and one first thing you'll notice, exploration obviously is not in the set, but I was reading about it earlier, and these 3 cards make kind of a wild combo. Now, Joel and I were trying to do the math, but basically it's Tifa Lockhart, Traveling Chocobo, and Exploration. Now, Michael, if you want to help us do the math correctly here, we
think we figured it out.
We think we figured it out, but
yeah, go for it.
You know, we're bad at math. So, how was I explaining this earlier?
So Tifa comes in. She's got landfall.
Yeah.
Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa Lockhart's power until end of turn. With
Yes.
the Chocobo, you can look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. And then if a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So does Tifa end up with as a 3/2 or a 4/2?
Sorry, say that one more time for me.
So if she has landfall and it triggers, she then becomes a 2/2. So
you played a land to get her to 2/2.
Yes. Does then the stack trigger with the traveling chocobo saying, if a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Does it trigger the initial stack, or does it double the secondary stack? So is she a 3/2 or a 4/2?
Because when a land enters and it causes an ability, anytime land enters, landfall will go off. That means the whole process of her landfall ability happens again. Whenever a land comes in, double that.
Yeah.
So double the double.
It's going to work like that.
In the right order, she could be an 8 then, with these 3 cards.
Yes.
Okay.
As well as there's more than just that you can do, because if you think about it, you pair this with our wonderful friend that we know from Commander, Simic colors, Ersi, Tyrant of Gyri Strait. It's a Simic, so blue, green, 4 generic, legendary creature serpent. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, and then whenever land enters, you draw a card for its landfall ability. You pair these guys, that means you can play a land twice, which means this whole thing can go off, plus you'll get to draw 2 cards for every land you play. So that's 4 cards, 5 if you count your draw step. A very good combo. Definitely will be seen by many.
Good to know. Basically, you can make Tifa real stupid real fast.
Yeah.
That's
a quick example of what just adding a couple cards even from outside the set can make them go just absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah.
I think that's one thing that landfall gets a bad rap because it's been in some really bad pre-con decks. But guys, if you want to play something that's really fun, easy to move around, doesn't take a lot of concentration, landfall just says play land, and you play one every turn, so the abilities have to go off, right?
You buy one of those crappy landfall decks and make a few changes and made it crazy.
Think about okay. You know how you break this? Scoot Swarm, done.
Oh no!
It breaks anything.
Because you just copy your Scoot Swarm. Oh, it just goes off again and again and again and again. Tomp and Stom is right. This is stupid with a capital U. But it's cool. You're gonna see it.
Cool.
Yeah. We can move on to the next thing we've got here.
The next set
we're at an hour and a half.
It's fine. The next set is a card that we did mention in our original Fandom Forecast when we talked about the Final Fantasy set release. It's also where I got the name for this episode, which is the Jumbo Cactuar.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you not going to talk about this?
Such a fun card.
The fact that this is a real card is insane. The fact that whenever it attacks, it's basically a 10,007 is nuts.
Also, I remember in Golgari, you can easily play this like we already discussed turn 1.
When they revealed this card, I remember thinking it was a fake that people had made and posted online.
We all believed it was fake, and then I looked at it and was like, no, that's real.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not even legendary. You can have 4 copies of these in Modern.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Well, you could also just copy it in Commander, too. You could totally get 1 million token copies of this and just obliterate. Add some trample. You just walk through everybody. But, and then obviously Overkill is basically the opposite of it. Target creature gets -0, -9,999 until the end of turn. Just seemed like these had to go together. They seem fittingly like fake cards that someone would make up, but then they're real. Yeah. So that's cool.
Very, very real.
Yep. Definitely kill on sight, Noggin. Definitely kill on sight.
Good to know.
With with, yep.
Just imagine having to deal with this, giving it trample, and taking multiple combat phases. Oh man, that would never get frustrating at all.
Well, even if you had literally if you had 4 or 3, this and 3 copies, all with trample, you could just end the game. No way, you're not killing yourself. If you had this and 2 copies with trample, you could end the game.
Yep.
It's true.
We love a good kill on sight monster. Or creature, whatever.
Yep.
The last showcase cards we have is the 3-card combo in the Counter Blitz deck. Which is
so again, I'm a
classic.
little iffy on how this works
There is a
because
video
my
about it.
ability to understand things is poor sometimes. But yeah, Counter Blitz has a 3-card infinite combo, which, if you guys haven't noticed a trend recently, quite a few recent precons have had 1 or 2 or 3 card infinites right off the bat. Like, you just buy the precon and don't touch anything, and infinite combo in your precon. I can't remember which one it was. The energy deck from Modern Horizons 3
Oh, yeah.
has a 2 and 3 card infinite combo. One of the other decks that I bought, somehow I keep managing to buy the precons with infinite combos without knowing that they have the infinite combos in them. But yeah, I don't know if Michael can help us explain this one too.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I
So-
had to refresh my page, and I now have an ad.
Oh. I
Oh,
turned them
baby.
off. I don't know why. Oh, it's because of startup. The way I...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
If I
started up.
remember the video I watched correctly, is turn 1 you play hardened scales. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a target creature or on a creature you control, put that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. So that's turn 1.
Right.
Turn 2, you've got 2 lands out. The X cost for Walking Ballista, both X's are 1. So this creature enters with X +1/+1 counters. In this case, X is going to equal 1. You can pay 4 later to put a 1/1 counter on it, or remove a 1/1 counter from this creature. It deals 1 damage to any target. Turn 3, you put in Gata and Luza. When Gata and Luza enters, choose target creature you control. You target Walking Ballista. If damage would be dealt to that creature this turn, prevent that damage and put that many 1/1 counters on it instead. And essentially, it's just the infinite loop of prevent the damage done to it, put 1/1 counters on it. Hardened Scales doubles that. You use the 1/1, remove a 1/1 counter from this creature, it deals 1 damage, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again. I don't know if that does it work that way, because is removing a 1/1 counter from the creature considered dealing damage to it?
No.
And so that's where I was a little bit confused, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in the video, I need to go back and rewatch it. I posted it to our group chat. Or no, right. It can attack itself.
Yes.
So yeah, then you just keep attacking yourself, negating it, putting 1/1s, and then you just do that as many times as you say 500 times, and then you deal the damage to your opponents.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's also not hard to go infinite mana and do the same thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is a potential turn 3 3-card infinite loop that's just an instant win if it gets played.
Chilling in
Now-
the precon right out of the box, baby.
Now, it's still, because I don't know if it's turn 3, because Walking Ballista, like, you want it to enter with a good number anyways, but because you have to have even number.
It only needs to enter.
It only needs to enter with one.
It's
counter.
1 mana. It's 1 mana.
I see what you mean.
For the first one, and then you can use 2 for the second card, and then 3 for
yes.
Yeah.
What
Yes,
was it?
yes.
Gata and the other one.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yes, that's right. You guys are right.
And because it targets itself, you automatically negate the damage it would do to itself. You put the 1/1 counter on it. You do that infinite times, and then ta-da!
Beautiful problem created.
It is an instant win unless somebody stops it, Noggin, because you just infinitely attack yourself as much as you want, say 500 times, and then you use its other ability to remove 500 counters, deal X amount to, if there was the 4 of us, for example, X amount to Cam, X amount to Michael, X amount to you. Ta-da! I win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, with any of that, do we have anything else, guys, or are we just getting ready to wrap up?
You start the combo, Mr. Pundit, because you remove the counter to target yourself, but because you're dealing damage to yourself, it automatically negates the damage. And Hardened Scales makes it 2.
Because if it comes in with 1, then it actually comes in with 2 if you have Hardened Scales
and
first.
then you just keep repeating that process.
And then you can do 1, and then it just keeps going from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
But yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much covers what we had for this set. I think we're all excited to play it. I definitely want to buy some packs, and there's definitely cards in there that I want to put in, say like a Mothman deck, maybe.
I'm going to 3 Goblins at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning if anybody wants to come join and hang out.
Nice.
Are you guys excited for this? What do you guys think? Are you guys going to build the deck? Are you guys going to use a precon and alter it? Let us know.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to do? It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, go comment.
Are we going to make roasted toast for these videos?
I think we could. And if you're like, what the heck is that? Go check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Go.
If you guys want to send us your commanders, we will roast them or toast them. And
maybe both in one.
We've got a lot
up online for thousands of people to see, it turns out, because
what's Crocs at? Over 3,000?
I don't know. Yep. Yeah, Crocs is like peaking at like 3,200.
Michael, what was that message about the commander that somebody wanted you to roast and toast earlier in the stream?
I received a private text message. Every once in a while I get one of them DMs. It's pretty cool. Sometimes my wife doesn't even send them to me. Ooh. Somebody asked me to roast or toast the famous commander. Mono white. Blue eyes white dragon.
I think we should do it.
Maybe we'll save it later. These guys don't even know it. I have another 10 videos on my phone ready to just put into our Discord for them to be edited.
Lots of it.
So if we want to do a couple a day, whatever. But yeah, guys, check it out. Go check out the YouTube channel. Things are happening there. You want to rewatch some of it? Do it on Twitch. Do it on YouTube. Try to get those YouTube numbers up. Check us on Instagram. Check us on the TikTok. Check us on all those things. Where are those things? How can they find us?
Just search up Nerds and Nitwits on everything, basically.
I think everything is just at Nerds and Nitwits.
If you go to Google and search up Nerds and Nitwits, we're like the only thing that comes up. So
Spotify,
just
YouTube,
give me
TikTok.
1 second. Just give me 1 second, guys. I have somebody coming in here.
Okay, surprise guest star.
Hey, Steve. Can you guys hear Steve? Start talking.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Faintly, but yes.
Steven, I got a text from Steve saying, "Dude, I've been screaming at my monitor for way too long. The combo is not that hard." Joel, can you please bring up the infinite combo? Steve's going to explain it to us.
We already explained it. We don't need to do this again.
Here. He's just going to explain it real quick. Go for it, Steve.
Hold on.
Don't target yourself with the ballista. You play ballista on turn 2.
Yeah, you don't.
X equals 1. Because you have hardened scales out, that means it has 2 counters, not 1. You pull 1 counter off, target the ballista. Instead of dealing damage, you put 1 counter, which is really 2 because of hardened scales. You don't target yourself. You just target the stinking robot.
My apologies. I accidentally used the wrong wording. You're right, Mr. Pundit and Steve. I apologize.
That's the hardened scales part. You missed the whole hardened scales part of the combo.
I tried to mention it, but anyways, I apologize. You're right.
Thanks, Steve. We appreciate the call.
Thank you for being a surprise guest star, Steve. Anyways, yeah, I think this is the end for us. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for listening to us speak about things and our opinions. And yeah, is that all, guys?
I think so.
That's it. Thanks for joining us.
Cool. Bye-bye.
Toodles.
See ya.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da.